Hello and welcome to Ledwood Mechanical Engineering Limited. My name's Davies. I'm the Corporate Health, Safety, Environment and Training Manager here. At Ledwood, we believe that applying our health, safety and environmental procedures creates and maintains a positive health and safety working culture. Prior to starting work with us, you must complete our company starter pack and provide us with training certificates for the work that you will be undertaking. You will also be required to complete a confidential health questionnaire. This helps tell us of any condition that we may need to be aware of so that you or your colleagues are not put at risk. You will then be required to view this induction and complete the short test that follows. Once you've done this, you will be given any personal protective equipment that you may need and you'll be shown your place of work, including your welfare area. You will also be informed of your working hours. Prior to starting work, you must clock in at your allocated workplace. You must also clock out when leaving work at any time except for your authorised breaks. This will ensure we have paid you the correct amount for the work you have undertaken, and we also ask that you report any issues with clocking in and out equipment so we can get your payments correct. If there is a problem and we are not notified, there may be a delay in your pay. You are also reminded that your clock card is your clock card only, and you must not clock in or out for anyone else. All activities undertaken by Ledwood Mechanical Engineering Limited will be risk assessed. We will also undertake assessments under the control of substances hazardous to health regulations where required. These assessments will be brought to your attention and you will be asked to read them and to sign on to state that you understand the control measures to maintain a healthy, safe working environment. If you have any concerns with the control measures identified in the assessments, we ask you to highlight this immediately. If concerns arise whilst work is underway, you must stop work and discuss these with your supervisor. Here at Ledwood Mechanical Engineering, we insist on zero tolerance to the use of or being under the influence of drugs or alcohol whilst being at work. Zero means zero. We will carry out random and with cause testing where we believe that anyone is at work under the influence of alcohol or drugs. We also prohibit the sale or other transactions of drugs or alcohol whilst on our premises and all our work locations. Our zero tolerance policy applies at all our work locations, including those of our clients. If you are hurt or suffer any type of injury, no matter how small you may think, you must report to your supervisor or first aider immediately. You must not wait until later to see how you feel or the following day. We will investigate the incident to prevent it happening again, and we will cascade the information so others can learn. Smoking is not permitted on any of our premises, including the workshops at the Waterloo facility and at the Port of Pembroke. You must not smoke in any of our vehicles or mobile plant. You may only smoke in designated areas during your designated breaks. This also applies to all our client locations. The minimum PPE required is flame retardant coveralls and a safety helmet. S3 standard lace-up boots are also required. We do not permit the use of rigger boots in our facilities. All portable electrical equipment such as grinders, drills and desooters need to be portable appliance tested. This test will be indicated by a green and white sticker on the body of the tool and will show the date it was tested and when its next test is due. If the test is not in date, you must not use the equipment. Please return it to the stores and you will be given tested equipment as a replacement. Our tools are marked with a colour code system of permissible trigger times. The trigger times is that time which you may use the tool without risk to your health. Our coding is as follows. Green cable tie is up to 4 hours continuous use. Orange cable tie up to 2 hours continuous use. Red cable tie 1 hour's maximum use. The cable tie will be located on the cable of the tool. Please check the colour coding of the tool you are using and ensure you only use the tool for the time permitted. Welding activities create heat, non-ionising radiation and fumes which could be harmful to your health. Our control measures require our welders to wear suitable face screen, light eye protection and respiratory protection at all times when tacking and welding. Those that are in assistance may also need to be adequately protected, including suitable eye protection or other suitable methods of shielding. They also require to be wearing respiratory protection. We also need to ensure others in the vicinity are also protected from the potential of arc flash. This can be achieved by the use of screens. Other controls such as sheeting out of welding habitats and gas monitoring may be required depending on location and our client's requirements. The misuse of abrasive wheels or abrasive wheel equipment can cause serious and life-threatening injuries. PPE required when using any abrasive wheel equipment consists of double eye protection, hearing protection and respiratory protection. Our double eye protection requirements consist of safety spectacles and a face shield. This PPE is required at all times when using abrasive wheels. Only those trained and competent are permitted to use abrasive wheel equipment and to change abrasive wheels. Plants such as forklifts, iron ferries, mobile cranes and all other vehicles may only be operated by those with the correct licence and have been authorised. This applies to all our work locations, including our client sites. You must hand in your plant operator's licence and driving licence if asked to drive a company vehicle. These will be checked both on-site and periodically. Failing to have the correct licence or to be authorised to operate mobile plant or vehicles may render the insurance invalid, and you may be criminally liable for any damage or injury caused. Mobile phones and personal entertainment devices can be a distraction and create hazards whilst you're at work. When your phone rings, you will naturally want to answer it. If you don't, you'll be wondering who is calling you. The use of earphones for iPods, iPads and other similar devices will prevent you from hearing warning signals or warnings given by others. They may also become contaminated, and repeated contact with the ear may cause infections. Therefore, these devices are prohibited from use whilst at work in all of our work locations, including those of our clients. To use lifting equipment and lifting accessories, you must be trained and currently certificated. At Ledwood Mechanical Engineering Limited, we colour code all our lifting equipment. The current colour code will be displayed at all work locations in the stores or rigging loft, with a sign similar to this. All those that are authorised to use such equipment must ensure they are familiar with our current colour coding. If you need to work at height, you must be protected from falls. If you need to use a harness and personal fall protective equipment, you must be trained in their use. All scaffolds must be inspected and tagged. If they are not, you must not use them. Scaffold may only be erected or modified by trained authorised persons. Here at Ledwood Mechanical Engineering Limited, we have contractors carry out our radiography. Radiography will generally be undertaken out of hours where possible, or during breaks where out of hours testing is not possible. Where radiography is undertaken, you will be informed in advance, and those carrying out the radiography will erect barriers and signage as shown. They will also check the area for anyone prior to starting. If you see barriers like these, do not enter the area under any circumstances unless instructed to do so. The fire and emergency alarm at the Waterloo facility sounds like this. When you hear this sound, you must stop work, make safe and turn off any equipment you may be using, and make your way to your nearest muster point. Do not go back to your welfare facility to collect any belongings. You must report to the muster point coordinator, who will check your name against the fire and emergency register. If you discover a fire or identify any other emergency, you should raise the alarm. This can be done by shouting fire, 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 or by setting off the fire and emergency alarm at the fire and emergency alarms call points. Fire extinguishers may only be used by those trained in their use.
Hello and welcome. My name is Nick Ravel. I'm the Managing Director for Ledwood Mechanical Engineering Limited. The presentation you have just seen has been developed so that you understand my expectations for safe behaviours and for an incident and injury-free place of work. I expect all employees to behave in a safe and controlled manner regardless of their position within the company, without risks to themselves or their colleagues whilst working for Ledwood Mechanical Engineering, enabling them to go home to their families and friends in the same way they came to work. This expectation applies to all Ledwood Mechanical Engineering work locations, including that of our clients. I would urge all employees to engage in a commitment to keep health, safety and care for the environment at the forefront of your minds whilst at work. I also ask all employees to report any concerns or issues you may have immediately. We can then act to ensure that these issues and concerns are addressed. Thank you for listening.